Hello, students. Let us start the new chapter, that is Friendship Beyond Barriers. In this story, we will find Nitesh, a boy whose mother's name is Pooja. He plays with servant's child, that is Harsh. And let us see what the story is. Okay, Nitesh loves to play with his nanny's son, but his friend Kirti says that we must not play with the children of servants. Do you think it's wrong to be friends with the children of people who work at your home? Find out what Nitesh learns about dignity of labor from his mother. So in this story we will see what Nitesh finds about dignity of labor when his mother explains everything to him, and how his friend, that is Kirti, asked him to not to play with Harsh. Do you think it's a good thing? I don't think so. It is absolutely bad thing. We should play with each and everyone and treat everyone equally. Now let us start the story. Dada, Dada, hopped the little Harsh as he clung on to his 6-year-old Nitesh. The two had become pals since the past couple of months, when little Harsh's mother Minakshi began coming to Nitesh home to babysit him for the time that his mother went to work. Mom, why do Minakshi Maushi and Sarika Maushi stay in huts while we stay in building? Inquired the little Nitesh to his mother. Of his mother. Pooja pulled her son onto her lap and stroked his hair gently as she spoke. God has different plans for different people. Sometimes it is beyond us to understand what and why He does certain things. All He wants, though, is for us to respect and love all people created by Him, regardless of where they live. So, Nitesh was curious. Out of curiosity, he inquired his mother why Minakshi Maushi and Sarika Maushi, these both aunties, are working at Nitesh's place, and Minakshi Maushi takes care of Nitesh when his mother goes to work. So he asked his mother why they live in huts and we live in buildings. So Pooja is Nitesh's mother. She explains to her that God has different plans for different people, and we as human beings, we don't understand why He does certain things, but God wants us to respect all people created by Him, regardless of where they live, how they live, regardless of their financial status. So now students, it's your turn. Do you have domestic help visiting your house? Write their names and tasks they help in the table below. So you have your utensil cleaner, cloth washing people, right? So if you have these domestic helpers visiting your house, write their name and job in the section table given below. Okay, so do you think that we should respect the children of the house helpers, or whichever the labor is working at your home? We should treat them equally, right? So now let's turn to the next page, page number 34. Nitesh jumped off his mom's lap and ran after Harsh, who was now signaling the boy to bowl, and his tiny fingers tried to keep the cricket bat in a slanting position. Nitesh, being the only child, had immediately welcomed the idea of companion on Saturdays when Nitesh had a day off from school. Minakshi Maushi would take the two boys to the park in the morning hours. The two boys would use their energy to jump and down slides, swings, and seesaws like free birds in the open blue sky. On Saturday morning, as Nitesh was coming down in a circular slide, Kirti, his classmate, called out from the far end of the park and asked if she could join their play. Certainly, said Nitesh, the more the merrier. The three children began to play a game of throw ball, and just as Kirti began swirling the ball in the air, a stray dog began to bark at them. Harsh quickly clung to Kirti while Minakshi Maushi averted the dog from coming towards them. Kirti felt embarrassed and shook Harsh off. Let's go from here, Nit, she said hurriedly. This baby is making me feel uncomfortable. We should not play with the children of servants. Meenakshi Maushi sensed Kirti's discomfort and pushed Harsh towards her. She placed Harsh on her lap and played with him while Kirti and Nitesh played with their game. So after that, what happened? Nitesh jumped from his mother's lap and ran after Harsh, and Meenakshi Maushi used to take both of them on on Saturdays to the park. So Harsh and Nitesh used to play together in the park while Meenakshi Maushi used to take care of them in the park. Now one day what happened, on Saturday morning, Nitesh was coming down a circular slide and Kirti, Nitesh's classmates, called him out and said if she could play with them. Then he agreed and he asked to join. He asked Kirti, yes, absolutely, you can join with us and play. But what happened is Kirti began swirling the ball in the air. So three of them were playing and Kirti was swirling the ball in the air, and certainly the street dog came towards them and started barking. Then Harsh quickly clung to Kirti while Meenakshi Maushi averted the dog from coming towards them. So Meenakshi Maushi protected them from the dog, but the little Harsh clung to Kirti and Kirti was feeling very embarrassed, and she took Harsh off and asked Nitesh to go away from here. Like she asked Nitesh, let's go from here and we'll play somewhere else, and this baby is making me uncomfortable. And then Meenakshi Maushi says that Kirti was feeling discomfort, so she pulled Harsh towards her and played with Harsh on her lap, and Kirti and Nitesh both played together. Let's see what happens next. Before that, do you think Kirti did the right thing? Give the reason for your answer. So think on it. Did Kirti did the right thing or no? Okay. Now turn to next page, that is page number 35. The next morning, as they were having breakfast by the dining table near the window, Nitesh narrated the events from the park to his mother. He sat up and asked, Mom, should I not play with Harsh because he is Meenakshi Maushi's son? Harsh looks just like me. He does not always wear the newest clothes, but he is always neat and clean. Still, Kirti did not want to play with him. The morning rays of the sun appeared at their window, and Pooja saw the radiance of the sun glowing on her young boy's cheeks. As he frowned, trying to find answers to his questions, Sweetheart, she spoke in a tender voice, each of us does different sorts of things to earn his or her living. Meenakshi Maushi earns her living by babysitting you. I earn my living by working in a bank. Dr. Joshi earns his living by attending to patients. Different people do different jobs. Some people work for us, like our maid Sarika, who cleans our house, or Aslam, the boy who picks the garbage from outside our house. We must not forget that although these people work for us and do small jobs, they are human and should always be treated the same way we treat our family and friends. Imagine what a funny world it would be if everyone did the same job. Nitish covered his face and began to giggle. Oh, that would be hilarious. Indeed, people of different classes are like the 5 fingers of our hand. Each finger has a unique role to play. People like Meenakshi Maushi clean our houses and look after our children. That way, your papa and I go to office and work. If Meenakshi Maushi wasn't there, I would not be able to do the job at the bank. So we are lucky to have her help us, don't you think? Yes, Mom, I agree, replied Nitesh. So Nitesh narrated the story what happened in the park to his mother, as we all do at our home, right? If something happens, we go at home and tell our mom what happened, right? So likewise, Nitesh also told what happened and why did Kirti ask him not to play, and he was very curious to know that is it right that we should not play with hers because he is Meenakshi Mausi's son? So his mother told that each one of us does different kind of things to earn his or her living. Like Meenakshi Mausi earns her living by babysitting you, and she herself, that is Pooja, works her living by working in a bank. Dr. Joshi earns his living by attending patients. So different people do different jobs. So it's our responsibility that though these people do small work for us, but we as a human should always treat them equally, and we should always treat them as our family and friends. Like Meenakshi Mausi takes care of you. If she would not be there, then I would not be able to work in a bank. So everyone plays an important role, and we should treat each and every human being and their work equally, right? Let's move forward. When everyone plays the role they are assigned, the world moves on smoothly. No one is superior or inferior in God's eyes, explained Mummy further. I was hurt when Kirti looked down upon Harsh just because he is Meenakshi Mouse's son, said Nitesh sadly. Maybe she has not seen how loving Harsh is. When she experiences that joy, she will see him in different light and love him the way you do. Let's give her time, shall we? Whispered Pooja as her son wrapped his arm around her in a tight hug. Respecting everyone always. Imagine walking up one day and finding out that no one is going to come to clean your house or pick up garbage. What will you do if there are no school bus drivers or peons in the school? There are many people who become an integral part of our lives because of the help they provide us. They are not part of our family but are still important to us. If the farmer, carpenter, or mason didn't exist, we would not have food to eat or a house to live in. Hence, we must always treat everyone with respect, irrespective of the job they do or where they stay. So, everyone plays important role and plays an important role they are assigned. The world moves on smoothly. One day, no one is superior, inferior in God's eye. In God's eye, everyone is equal, right? So, just imagine one day you wake up and you find there is no one to clean the street, there is no one to pick up the garbage, and there is no school drivers, no peons, no school bus drivers, there is no one. So, will your life go on smoothly? No. So, everyone plays an integral part, that is essential, necessary part in our life because of the help they provide us, right? If we don't find garbage pickup, the one who picks up garbage, if he don't come, will our house be clean? Absolutely not, right? So everyone plays an important role, though they are not part of our family, but they are important to us, right? Farmer, carpenter, everyone should are assigned with their work. So if they don't work, will we get food to eat or house to live in? Absolutely not. So no one likes to pick up garbage or clean toilets, yet many people litter the streets and parks and also urinate in public places. Do you think that's right? What can you do to change this attitude of people? So think about it and write your answer in the box given. Okay. So this chapter is done. Thank you.